I want to show up authentically, and I normally just rock no shirt in my apartment, so I'm gonna rock no shirt on this video. Also, I'm like lotioned up right now because I just got back from the pool. So a little update, I signed up for actually my first ever Ironman this July 19th. Ironman Lake Placid. Now, I am a person that likes to push myself. I like to just go for it. And I was going back and forth whether or not to sign up for this Ironman, and I went for it. And I have not been feeling aligned with it. I am the type of person, I like to feel good about the things that I'm doing. I don't like to force myself to do things that don't make me feel good, but there's a very fine line. And, I feel like I have a decent sense in my own life of when things are hard but good versus things that are hard and not good. And I'm just having a very difficult time as of now. And I want to share it because that's what I want to do. In my life, I just want to show up authentically. I want to present who I am confidently, proudly. I like to think that I care 0%, about other people's opinions, but I do care to some degree, of course. But I have more care for my own clarity and my own well-being of my mind that don't have any shame if I were to quit this Ironman. Like I posted about before on this channel, I've ran marathons. I've ran a 50-mile ultra marathon. And to me, the next thing in that pursuit of more for me was an Ironman. I jumped into it and I have 5 months left to train, and I am just feeling super unaligned with it, and it's really difficult. It's not been filling me up. It's been taking away from me. Obviously, it's a big commitment. It's a difficult task, and it's not meant to be easy. Here is where I'm having a very difficult time. I'm having a really difficult time because in all the other difficult pursuits that I've wanted in my life, they have felt right. Like, I don't know what other woo-woo way to put it other than it feels like it just clicks, like it just connects to me. Like I just feel aligned. I feel like this is right for me. This is what I'm meant to be doing. And I just don't feel that with this Ironman. And it has led me to try to look inward and be like, okay, what are the other external reasons that I may have chose to do this that were outside of myself? When I was signing up, I was nervous, but it was nerves coming from I wasn't sure if I would be able to do it or not. So I felt like that was a good enough reason for me to just push through that and say, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And I've started training, and I do believe that I can complete it. And that's not at all like a fear. I'm not worried about whether or not I could get through that day. I'm stubborn enough that I could trudge through that day. I would be the last finisher if that's what it took. But here's the issue is I've done these hard things, and they fill me up, and they fill me up, and they fill me up, and they make me feel better, and they make me feel like a better person, and they make me feel like I'm doing something good with my life. And this is just making me feel like it's taking away from my life. It feels like emptying my cup. It feels like, of course, it's a lot of effort. And I don't know. I'm not pivoting yet at this point, but I like to think that I have enough self-awareness that if I think something is meant to be or not meant to be, that follow my gut and my intuition, and maybe for better or for worse. I guess I would never know whether or not it would be the right choice. Maybe if I keep going with this, maybe I do amazing. Maybe I like almost qualify for like world championships, like who knows? Like maybe I'm stellar on race day, or maybe in the process, I just drain myself and I lose myself, and anything could happen. And you just have to make a decision and stick with it and be happy. And I'm not making any decision yet because I feel like it is too soon. I'm on 1.5 weeks in, and it's just too soon to make a decision. I'm going to wait at least a month. If after one full month, I just feel like it just is pouring out all my energy, pouring out all my like good and like love that I have for like everything and myself in my life, then I'm going to quit, and I'm not worried about it. And I think for a lot of people, it would be difficult. And I'm stubborn and I don't love to quit things, but above all else, I just know what feels right to me. I feel like I just have a pretty decent sense of self-awareness that if this doesn't feel like it's meant for me, or at least this point in my life, I believe that one day I will be crossing the finish line of an Ironman. Without a doubt in my mind, one day I will cross the line of an Ironman. Whether or not that is going to be this July, I'm going to wait and see, truthfully. Now, this may be an egotistical statement, but this is how I feel, and this is what I believe to be true in my personal life. I spend a lot of time with myself and my thoughts, and for a lot of people, that can be a very negative, I do believe. even for me, at times it can be a negative. If you are brutally honest with yourself, I really, really try to be brutally honest. When I'm like in the wrong, like I'm wrong. And I am like, and I admit to myself, like I am just not doing the right thing. Like I'm not being a good person. Ever since I moved to New York City, I have spent a large amount of time with myself, and I feel like I have just grown a lot as a person. It has made me feel more self-aware, more of myself, more sure of who I am, and more certain to some degree of who I want to be and represent and show every day in my life to be. So that is something I do feel confidently that I have a pretty decent sense of self-awareness, but I try not to let that have my ego come in. I just try to be a person. I just try to be a person. I try to be the best person I can be. That's simply put. If you give yourself the space, if you give yourself the time, if you care, if you really want to get to the bottom of answers in your life, you can. You know the answers to these things, but a lot of the times we don't want to admit to ourselves what the truth of the matter really is in our heart, in our gut, in our mind, like what we want, what we believe versus what we think should happen versus what we want to happen versus what is the best thing that for you. And while I do believe everybody can be a type of person that is able to kind of take them out of situations and look at it from like a neutral third party point of view, it is a very difficult skill. And even I'm not perfect by any means. It's a very difficult skill to be able to look at your issues, your gripes, your things that you want to change. It's hard to pull yourself out of all the emotion of it and look at yourself and be like, what is it that I want? What is it that I need? What is it that will make me feel right? Versus what do I like just is going to make me feel good. Good in a bad sense. This is so confusing. Maybe I'm not the best articulator, but I think a lot of people can relate that if you just follow your gut, like you know what you want. And sometimes we let our egos, sometimes we let what other people's perception is, all these different things we let interfere with the decisions that we make in our life. And it all comes down to, if you are a person that wants to show up authentically, I feel like I really am. I just want to show up authentically. If you want to be that person, you just have to get in tune with your gut, with your mind, with your heart. Like you just have to look inward. You have to spend so much time. I spent so much time just reflecting. And I think for a lot of people, it can be a negative. I've said this in the video already. It can be a negative to just sit with your thoughts. But if you are the right type of person, you can sit with your thoughts. You can come out on the other side of it with a better perspective, with a more clear understanding. But you have to give yourself hours and hours and hours. I used to just sit on the pier and just watch the skyline of New York City and just think and just process, like, what is it that I want in my life? Who do I want to be in my life? And did I find the answer? Not one bit. Did I find a path to walk down? Absolutely. I don't know what the answer is. I don't have the answers, and that's the issue. I'm not looking for the answers. I'm looking for just a path to follow to hopefully get me to that right spot. Like, I feel like this far in my life, the decisions I've made have led me to be a person that I'm very proud to represent and very happy to be. I've done what feels right. I've listened to my gut, and I've just taken the path that I think was the best. I am not going to allow myself, and I hope you don't either. And if you do, it's okay. Every decision, every day you have a chance to change. Every day you have a chance to make a better new decision. But I promise to myself that I won't stick to something that I truly believe is not providing me the value that it's so hard, because maybe me sticking through this Ironman is going to teach me something that I need, but what about I just don't want to do the things that don't feel right for me? I don't know if you can tell in this video, but I clearly have not sat with my feelings and my thoughts enough, and that's okay. This is kind of the mindset. It's just a scatterbrain of what do I do? What do I think? What is the right choice, wrong choice? Through time, through clarity, through time and time and time, you sit and you process and you think and you know what you feel. And there's just a lot of jumble all around of like excess stuff that is like your ego. It's It's everything. And if you just sit with yourself long enough, which I haven't done yet for this, clearly, I will come to a decision and an understanding of this is what the case is for me. This is the choice that I'm going to make, and this is what I'm going to feel good and confident about. I say all of this because you, whether you believe it or not, you can be the type of person that listens to what they believe, listens to what they think, and just aligns themselves with their true feelings. And you can just be a authentic human if you just look inward, if you are brutally honest, if you want to show up authentically. Like, nobody's forcing me to do anything. That's why I can go out and do these hard things and it can make me a better person. But if this isn't going to make me a better person, because that was my intention going into it, I feel like these things do make me a better person. It shows me what it's like to work for something. It shows me what it's like to get through something that is hard. But there is like a cliff edge. There's an edge to pushing yourself where it becomes detrimental to yourself. And I haven't crossed that yet, but maybe this is where it crosses it for me. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe my edge is way further, and maybe I'm just getting in an uncomfortable spot where it's new and it's hard, and who knows. All of this to say, there's no shame in saying what you truly feel. This is what I truly believe. This is what I feel at this moment in my life. So I'm going to share it. I'm going to show it. And maybe I change my mind in 3 weeks. I'm not making a final decision of actually not doing this race. As of right now, as of February 24th, I am doing this race. July 19th, I'm at the start line. But if this isn't feeling aligned in about a month, I'm not going to be at that start line. A lot of the times we also look for other people's opinions in these situations because we think they hold the answers, when sure, they can give us advice that may be useful, but truly it's just an inward look that you have to do. You have to look inward, think and sit and process, and you know what it is that feels right in those moments. You don't need the validation from other people. You don't need the assurance from other people. If something feels connected, if it feels right, if it feels like this is what I'm supposed to be doing, do it. You don't need the approval. You don't need the validation. If I was worried about what other people would think about me starting and quitting something like that, I wouldn't post this video, but I don't care. I'm going to post it. This is who I am. This is what I want. This is what I think. Thanks for listening. I'm going to keep showing up. I wasn't showing up because I was just battling with myself for the last week. I just didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what I felt. And I'm getting there. I'm not there yet of what I truly believe and think and feel about this, but I'm getting there. And this is where I'm at today. So this is who I am. My name is Derek. Thank you for listening. Keep it pushing. You're going to be a great person. Just show up authentically, try your best, and do what feels right for you. Maybe next time I'll have a shirt. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just start going shirtless. I rock shirtless a lot. And do you believe that I lift? All right. Thank you for listening.